Hi, my name is Hyon and today I'm going to teach you about step-ups. Now, the muscles that you train when you're doing the step-up exercise is pretty much all the lower body. Sports, you can use the lower body and it's pretty much everything, tennis, basketball, soccer, baseball. Pretty much every sport requires some use of the lower body. Let's step into the exercise. Now, not a lot of equipment is needed for the exercise. All you need is an elevated plane and a relatively flat surface. So, here's a basic idea of how to do this exercise. You step up with one foot on the platform and the other balancing, and then you step up and remain in that position for a few seconds. You make sure standing height level is achieved when you're stepping up, and make sure not to lock your knees when you're at the standing height. And then you step down, and then you do the exact same with the opposite foot on the platform on the other balancing. And that's the basic idea of how to do the step-ups.
Now make sure the platform the athlete is stepping up to has their leg at around a 90-degree angle. Now when you come down, make sure you use complete control to avoid coming down with a quick drop. And do as many reps and sets as desired or as recommended for the athlete. Remember to pay attention to the angle of the athlete's legs to make sure he or she is making full use of the exercise. And if the athlete requires more intensity in the workout, you can use weights and they'll aid in the training.
Now, there are a few general errors you can make when performing this exercise. And now we'll show you a few examples of these. Can you figure out each error in every example we give?
Now the error in this example is to not try and go beyond your height capabilities. If you try to step up to something too high, there's only going to be more chances of injury. The error in this one is that the athlete doesn't have his foot completely on the platform. If you do not do this, you might end up falling and hurting yourself. The error in this one is not only do you have to step up fully onto the platform, when you do, your foot should be flat on the platform when balancing. If not, once again, you may fall and hurt yourself. Now this error was rather emphasized, but the athlete should use a platform with a flat surface, and the athlete's foot should be parallel to the ground on step-ups. Now this example is rather difficult to see, but when you're stepping up, the foot that still remains on the ground should not help you stepping up initially. This error is also rather difficult to see, but when the athlete comes down, it should be in a complete controlled motion rather than a quick drop.
And these are the finer details of how to perform and how not to perform the step-up exercise. Now this doesn't mean this is the only way to do them. There are variations you can do to make it more challenging and more easier. Now more challenging variations of the step-up exercise would be to hold weights in each hand while you're doing the exercise. Another one would be to raise the level of the object the athlete's stepping on in order to raise the difficulty. Make sure not to go too high or you increase the risk of injury for the athlete. And another way to make it more challenging would be to squat down while you're balancing on one leg during the step-ups to turn it into a squat and step-up exercise. Now, a couple ways to make it easier would be to lower the level of the object the athlete's stepping on to lower the difficulty. You lower under 90 degrees if the athlete has leg problems or any injuries, so it makes it easier on them. Another way to make it easier would be for the athletes to spread out their arms while they're doing the exercise, so they have an easier time balancing when they're going up and down. Now, as step-ups can step up your game in almost any sport, and it's a healthy exercise to keep you fit and healthy, I recommend that you add step-ups into your daily exercise routine.